Welcome to See You Next Tuesday. I'm Jade Chung. My dad and my grandfather actually were the ones who got me into WWF and WCW. I know I was a toddler. I'm not really good with memory, so I don't know how old I was, but probably like 3 years old or something. But they found it like a Saturday night. They found it one day just flipping through the channels and were instantly hooked. We'd watch all the programs together. The best was Sunday pay-per-views because we'd all sit for dinner as a family and watch. Since being introduced to wrestling, I never stopped watching. There was never a time where I took a break to do something and didn't watch it for years. I have been watching ever since that day that my dad and my grandfather introduced me to it. My family would go to the Canadian National Exhibition, or the CNE, here in Toronto every year. It's an attraction that would open for only 2.5 weeks before school would start. So it was like an end of summer thing where they have carnival games, rides, vendors, all kinds of shows. Like they have pet shows. They have these, they'll have like bikini contest stuff. It's just like a bunch of shows that are all different for the whole family, even though I said bikini shows, but it's just a bunch of fun things to do. And the one day that we went, WWF was having a house show in the arena inside the CNE. So my brother and I begged my parents to go. We sat so high up, but it was my most memorable show as it was my very first WWF live show. Also, maybe because Shawn Michaels main evented that evening, and maybe because after he was celebrating, he went out to the crowd and stood up on these huge speakers. And so he seemed like a lot closer to me. I mean, the ring was like teeny tiny. I was sitting so far up. But when he made his way to the speaker and, he just kind of like stood there, did a pose and like say hi to everybody, I lost it. I was like, oh my God, he said hi to me. Anyway. Fangirling over here. If you couldn't tell, Shawn Michaels was my hero growing up. And from there, I think I went to like a few more shows during like my teenage years. We might have gone to another CNE one. I don't know. But I know for sure I did Kitchener, like just like local house shows that I went to when I was a kid. So growing up, wrestling was always a part of my life. My guest today was also introduced to wrestling at a young age. And now she's a pro wrestler. Okay, guys, please welcome Bianca Carelli. How are you, sweetheart?
I am doing just fine. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm really excited to just get to know you.
Thank you. Well, I know we've met each other several times, but this is going to be
Yes.
like our first like real combo.
Yes. And I just want to say, when I first met you at Destiny, you were just so helpful and so accommodating. Like, because I was bringing Jet when he was still like an infant. Well, not like a tiny infant, but he was like, what, 7 months old is when I started bringing him to shows or something like that. And you were always like just making sure, and this was the first time I met you, but you were always just making sure that we were okay, that if like, I needed a water or something, like, you have no idea just how much that means to me. There's a few people that really made sure that I, was comfortable and that Jet was good and taken care of. So, I just want to first off, thank you for being such a kind person.
Honestly, no, that makes me really happy to hear that. But that's just like I felt like there you are, new mom. Like best thing you have to do is make sure you're comfortable, make sure you're happy, make sure the baby's good, and he's so cute. So it was my pleasure.
Thank you so much. Okay, so to start off, Your dad is Santino Marella. What was it like growing up and being able to watch your dad on TV?
So that is a funny question because he was not on TV till I was like 12, and like Raw and like SmackDown and all that was past my bedtime. So
Oh,
I didn't really get to watch him on TV regularly. So when I would see like what he was doing at work, it would really be from like the other side. So like I wouldn't really see him through the screen. If I ever went with him like on tour on the road, then I would see it from that side of like, when we're
oh,
driving for,
wow.
yeah, like driving for hours, the random hotels, going to the venue, sitting all day. He's gone off taping. I'm sitting in catering alone. Then we leave and then we go to the next place. So, like, that's kind of the lens I saw it through for a long time. And then it wasn't until I got older that I actually started going back and watching, some of the stuff he did. And when I started wrestling, I had more of like an interest in what did my dad do? Like, and it's so cool for me to look back now and say, wow, like when I was in high school, like bored or with my friends, like learning whatever, this is what he was doing. Like, this is pretty cool. So, I get to appreciate it more now, I think.
Okay, wait. So you didn't watch like a single match of his until after you were in the wrestling business?
I mean, I'm sure I saw a few. Like he did some funny things, like, when he was doing that Snoop Dogg stuff or when he got hosed down with the beer by Stone Cold.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of his WWE career I missed. Um, Part of me was kind of like, I don't want to watch it. Like, I want to see my dad in real life. Like, I kind of was a little bit
Oh,
mad at it. You know what I mean? So I kind of think I boycotted it, but I did see a lot of his wrestling. Like when I was younger, like when he was in Japan, I'd go to all of his shows, or when he was even out in Ontario still, I would go to all of his shows, or when we were in Kentucky, or, those shows I remember, like indie shows. I love indie shows, to be honest. Um, so I remember a lot of that. But yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't watch him on TV, which is kind of weird, I guess, but I didn't.
oh, I think that's so interesting and so cool. Usually you hear the story of like, yeah, I'd watch my dad on TV like all the time and all this, but you never did. Like, I think
No,
that's so cool.
I don't know. To me, I felt like, that's not my dad. That's
Yeah.
Santino. And like, you know what I mean? And like, I would have rather probably had my dad at home than on the TV. So
Yeah.
I was like, forget this. I'm not watching that. But I mean, that's obviously looking back. Like, I have a better understanding of it now. Like, he was at work, that was his job, and he
Yeah.
did it so we could have a better life. So it's not something that I feel like you don't understand it till you're older.
Hmm. I think it's cool that he brought you along to like so many tours and just brought you along and
I think a lot of that too was like he wanted me to know, like, I'm not off on the road living this glamorous life. Like I'm working. And like he showed me what it was like, and it was exhausting. Like
Mhm.
he was really on the road working his butt off every single day, well, except for maybe 2, 3 days a week when he was off. But I mean, other
Mhm.
than that, it's a hard life. Like people think it's all, oh, you're on TV, it's so glamorous. But you even know firsthand with like, Josh traveling, like he's gone, he's driving, he's here, he's there. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah. So then did your now I'm wondering, did your dad play an influence on you for wanting to get into the business or was it something else?
So I mean, for a long time, like I never really thought of that being something that I wanted to do. And like, well, back when he was on, like around 2006, he started, the industry for women was a lot different as well.
Yeah.
So, I'd been told by some female wrestlers, as well as my dad, like, this isn't a good industry. But I mean, after like the women's evolution and how things kind of turned around. There's more opportunities, and like the quality of wrestling is better, and it's taken more seriously than what it was. And I'm not like discrediting like the people who kind of paved the way. You know what I mean? Like we had to
Mm-hmm.
go through all of those spots that we had in the lingerie matches. We had to go through that to get to where we are, like with anything, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, like I never thought that that was something that I'd love, but like after going to school and realizing like why am I here? I like learning, but I don't want to do this. I'm like, this isn't something that feeds my soul. And then I had to like dig deep and think, like, what would feed my soul? What do I love to do? And my dad and I, we have similar personalities. Obviously, I took my personality kind of from him in some ways. So it's only like, it only makes sense that something that, he's so good at and he loves so much is something that I would actually feel like I could be good at, and I am growing in it, and I love it. So I mean, it's kind of like I never thought of it, but once I realized, holy, it's fitness and it's acting combined, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I want to do.
Well, I love that your dad did warn you and did kind of like,
Mhm.
just make sure that you knew what you were kind of getting into. So that's
Yeah.
good. And he was the one who trained you?
Well, when I first started, actually, I was in London with Tyson Dukes,
Okay.
and then I was there for like 3 months, and I feel like I learned pretty quickly. Everyone there was really nice, and then I ended up going to Battle Arts, maybe 3 months into my training,
Hmm.
like right after I'd had my first match. I had my first match at 3 months, which was scary. But yeah, then I was at Battle Arts ever since. So I've just been there for how long have I been wrestling now? Almost 3 years, but I guess the COVID year kind of doesn't, I don't know. So maybe if I subtract the COVID year, like it's
Yeah.
2 years still.
Hmm.
With COVID, it's 3 years. I don't know what counts anymore.
How did you like your first match?
I was nervous, obviously. It was a tag match, so I was kind of lucky in the sense that I had someone literally in my corner. So it was cool.
Mhm.
And like I think I just came in for like the finish. And I remember I wore a tank top that I had gotten from one of the first matches that my dad had ever done, ever.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, and I must have been like 7 or 8 when I got that tank top. It was like some free tank top from like a tattoo shop, but I always kept it because I always remembered like that was one of my dad's first shows. So when I got to wear that in my first match, I was like, this is so cool. It's like it came full circle, you know?
Oh my God, that's so sweet.
Yeah,
Do,
I have it still.
do you have any like good childhood wrestling memories? Like maybe, you know, while you're on the road with your dad that I don't know, maybe there was like a good experience or something good happened to you or like if a superstar like helped you in some way or had fun or something. Is there like a memory that really sticks out?
I mean, I feel like there's like so many like just random memories because even from like what no from like oh my gosh, from 9 to, well, I guess to now it's been full with all different kinds of wrestling memories. But one that I often think about, and this was probably one of my favorite trips I did on the road with my dad, um was, where were we? I think we were in LA. So it was me, my dad, and like Aaron Stevens or Damian Sandow.
Yeah.
So it was us three, and I guess they were on the road, but we were passing through. Have you heard of Sequoia National Park? I think it's in LA, or not LA. I don't know my American geography. This is
Yeah,
embarrassing.
I've heard of Sequoia, yeah, but I don't know the place.
Is LA a state? No, California is. Okay,
California,
okay. See, this is why I said it's embarrassing because I
yeah.
didn't know. Oh gosh.
It's because you traveled everywhere at such a young age. You know all these places.
Oh my God. Okay, well, at least I narrowed it down to the States. We're in California. Oh my gosh. And so we were close by, like our hotel was close by to this national park. But of course, we didn't have that much time. So we actually, all three of us got up at what it must have been like no, was it 4 a.m. or 5 a.m.? And we went to this national park. And there the trees are like 2,000 years old. Like the trees are as old as like as long
Oh,
ago as it was the time
wow.
of Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Like I think I worded that weirdly, but the trees are as old as Jesus kind of thing. So that was like it was just really beautiful there. And I remember the air was like different and it felt like mystical. And it was like one of the coolest experiences. I'm not someone who runs like without sleep. Like I need sleep to function. If I don't have sleep, it's a disaster.
Hmm.
So I had been maybe on like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, but there was some like, I swear, mystic energy in this forest that I was like wide awake. I was wired. The oxygen was fresh from these ancient trees. It was really cool. I feel like that was one of my favorite memories, probably.
Oh, that's nice. Well, I don't know. The air is different in LA. It's just nice.
I guess I don't even know if it was like I don't know how far it was from LA. Yeah, like I said, my geography is just really bad when it comes to the States, but
So
that
you're
was a
still
good
you're still fairly new in the business.
one.
Are there any like great accomplishments that you've done so far that really sticks out?
Hmm, that's a good question. I mean, right now, well, I guess I did get the win the women's belt last year in September, which was my last match before COVID. So
Mm,
that's been nice. Just kind of as a little accomplishment, like I have been working really hard and learning as much as I can from every source. So I kind of felt like that was just a nice little token of, you're doing a good job, you're working hard, like keep it up. So I was really happy with that. But I mean, in terms of how things are going or like anything cool, I mean, I just try to learn from like every opportunity and that's about it. Like I don't feel like I've really accomplished much yet. But like 2 years isn't a very long time. I'm just trying to absorb like a
yeah.
sponge.
I think winning a title is great. I mean, like I didn't win a title in my first 2 years. So good for you. So when things start to open back up,
Mhm.
do you have any goals for wrestling that you'd like to accomplish?
Yes, I honestly want to wrestle just everywhere and anyone. Like I
Hmm.
really do. Um, so I know Battle Arts, like we're gonna have some shows there. I want to just, wrestle people of different experience levels. Like one thing is like, within Battle Arts, obviously I've had some matches with other people that have more experience, but more of the time I'm having matches with people that have equal amounts of experience as me, like 2 years or less.
Hmm.
So it's hard to improve when you're not kind of wrestling with someone that's kind of showing you the ropes. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah, yeah,
So I'm hoping
yeah.
I'll wrestle with like people with more experience. And I kind of want to travel. Like I'm thinking maybe by like the end of this year at some point. Like right now I'm considering a bunch of places. Like I'm looking at Japan or I'm looking at the States or, I'm looking at Europe and I'm trying to like keep my eyes open just for different places I can go where there are different styles. Like obviously Japan has its own style, right? And
Yeah.
like England and I want to go and like, especially after this time we've been having with COVID, I'm ready for adventure and I'm ready to take a risk and get out there. So that's what I'm really itching for this year is a new experience in the wrestling
Yes.
world.
And I hope so badly for you that things do get back to normal and that traveling is a thing again because this
No.
stuff is depressing. Like,
Honestly, I'm gonna have to like swim across the ocean and hope that I make it make it to some kind of land somewhere, wrestle there.
You also do some work for InSauga, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me what InSauga is and what you do for them?
Yeah. So InSauga was started by Khaled, who is my boss and a really, really nice guy. It started off as just like a local media company. A couple, like maybe two writers, and they were volunteer, and they would just write about, things in Mississauga. And then from there, it's grown and grown and grown. And now no one's volunteer. Everyone's like paid, everyone's on salaries. And, we have a great
Wow.
team of writers. And we have now it's spread from InSauga to like in Brampton or in the Hammer of
Oh,
Hamilton. And yeah, so they've expanded. And I think there's some cool like changes coming soon. Like, but the website has just grown and it's basically of course, it's like news, it's local news. My favorite thing about it is they have a search feature on their website where it's like top fives in any of the local kind of cities. So like top five burgers in Brampton or top five
oh,
pasta places in Mississauga. So it's like if you want to go have your cheat meal and you're like, okay, like I'm in Mississauga, what are the best burgers? Like you can figure out what you want to eat. And I love food. So that's why I like that the best. But my job for them is I go to different places that they like I guess they make videos for different businesses to kind of highlight the services or what the food there is like or what kind of attractions are there. And I get to go and try out the food or try out the attraction. And it's honestly like
the
probably
best
one of the
thing ever.
yeah, it's the best job I've ever had. I absolutely love it. I love the team. Like, oh my gosh, I got to do so many fun things I never ever would have done if I didn't work for them. So I mean,
And you got to eat so many amazing things. I'm like watching these videos, like I'm like, oh, okay, I want that. Oh yeah, and then the next video, yep, I want that. So like all of these meals that you had the chance to try, which one would you say was the best one that you tried?
honestly, there's this one pizza I had that I can never like get out of my head. It's at this place, it's actually in Brampton. It's called J Red and Co. And there was this pizza and it had like maybe I don't know if it was spinach or arugula, but the cheese was just it was melted so perfectly. It had like pesto on it and there was like tomatoes. I think it's actually in the video, but that pizza, I actually went back and I think that's the only. Oh, actually, no, there's another place I went to as well, Rick's Good Eats. That place is amazing. So I guess those would probably be my top two. But I actually, after working there and eating the food, made a point to go back to those two places
Mhm.
just because I loved the food so much there.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Honestly. Rick's Good Eats is really good too. That's like it's like Indian food with a North American twist. So they'll have like a tandoori bacon cheeseburger, or they'll have like um poutine, like butter chicken poutine. Like it's amazing. It is so good.
wow. And then you get to do like these attractions you said?
Yeah, so like Palladium was cool because there's a Palladium that has like an obstacle course inside. So I got to do the obstacle course for free and like virtual reality for free. And like I'm a very frugal person. So I would not do it myself. Like I hate spending money. So I would not have gotten to do it if it wasn't for my job.
Amazing. So then how do they scope like these places out, or do people send in places that they think that are really good and then they just send you out there to try it out?
Well, I think I'm pretty sure it's like a package. So like they'll contact companies and just be like, hey, you have this establishment. Would you like to create some social media content? Here's videos that we've done before. And then I think
Oh,
people
okay.
kind of just like I think they can buy like an article or they can buy like
Oh, I
um
see. I see.
yeah, it's a great idea. Like they've really grown this business and like I said, like I think what is it now? I think they get like maybe a million views a day, whereas like 2 years ago, I think they were getting like maybe 1,000 views a day. So they have done such a good
Holy
job.
cow.
Yeah. that's a great team. Everyone's really nice. And like, even with social media, like some businesses, like, with all this TikTok and all this stuff, they're like, oh my gosh, we don't know what to do. We don't know how to handle this. As soon as TikTok became like a thing, they hired a social media girl and they're on TikTok. Like they're doing everything, which I like because you got to keep up with the times and they're doing it well.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's great. And you're also Miss Galaxy Peel
Oh
2021.
yeah.
And this summer, you're going to be competing for Miss Galaxy Canada. So, like,
Yeah.
you're a busy gal. Like, if you're not doing wrestling, you're doing your InSauga stuff. You're not doing that. You're doing like your pageant stuff. Is this your first big pageant?
Actually, when I was 17, I did Miss Teen Ontario, which
Oh,
I was surprised because it was my first pageant ever, and I managed to win the title of Miss Teen Ontario, which was awesome.
oh my
So,
goodness.
so then I moved on to Miss Teen Canada in 2013, and I placed top 10. Um,
Wow.
Honestly, I went away for my grad trip like a couple weeks before the pageant, and I
Mhm.
probably wasn't very strict with my fitness regimen or eating very healthy. So, I mean, I think I kind of did it to myself, but whatever. It was a lot of fun. Everyone was so nice. And so I was just thinking this year, I'm like, well, what can I do? Like, what's a good way for me to make a new fitness goal, keep myself accountable and have fun while doing it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do another pageant. I like them.
Okay. Okay, so you went like that long stretch without it?
Yeah. So I haven't done one since like, yeah, 2013.
Okay, wow.
Been a long time.
Well, you set these goals for yourself. That's great. That
Thank you.
it just shows that you're really working hard on yourself and you're just working hard on keeping yourself busy too, especially through this pandemic that we're having and especially here in Canada because really there's not much that we can do here. So, you know
Honestly.
what? Good on you for just keeping up with it.
Well, I had 1 year actually left of school, but I moved back home because I wanted to wrestle. So I actually hadn't finished my degree either for a while. So I mean, last year when COVID hit, I actually reapplied to school. So I'm finally in the last year of my degree. I should be done by August. So I know it's COVID and all, but I have been so busy between like, working like my random social media jobs to finishing my degree and studying all my courses, and then now I have this pageant, and it's a lot of it's a lot of work. I feel like I kind of jumped into it. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to organize events, I have to do this and that. So there's a lot going on. Plus, when the gyms open back up and wrestling opens back up, it is going to be like a lot of stuff. But honestly, I love being busy. I love, love, love being busy. It feels like the best use of my time. What else am I going to do? Like, I really got nothing else to do. So I might as well just do these fun things.
Good for you. How old are you, if you
I
don't mind me
am
asking?
25.
Oh my goodness, you are so young. Look
Oh,
at you
thank
go.
you.
You're so young and you've got all these, you're so goal driven.
Thank
Like,
you.
good for you. Like, I'm so proud of you. Good for
Oh,
you.
yay. That makes me happy. Thank you.
Oh.
I try my best. And honestly, like sometimes, I do get like a little worn out or I run myself a little thin, but I know everything is going to be worth it in the end. So I've just been plugging along, and I hope when school's done in August, it's like 2 weeks after school's done is the pageant. And then
Oh my
after the
gosh.
pageant, yeah, then I'm like, then what do I do? That's why I'm thinking like I want to travel because September's gonna hit. I'm done my degree, the pageant's done. All I really have to focus on now is wrestling. So then that's what I'm like, okay, that is go time. That is
Hmm.
go time, adventure time, and I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. Good luck. Like, oh, I send all the positive vibes to you. You can do
Thank
this.
you. I'm sending them
I'm
back.
So before we go, I want to play a few games with you.
Oh, yay, okay.
The first game is this or that. So
Ooh, fun.
basically, yes, just choosing one or the other.
Okay.
Okay, the first one is would you rather do your own shopping or have a personal stylist?
Oh, personal stylist.
Oh, really?
I
I,
have
you know
the
what?
worst style.
Oh, really? I thought you would love shopping.
I honestly, I hate shopping. I'm so frugal. I don't want to buy anything. So I go into the store and I'm like, oh, that looks nice, but I could probably find it's cheaper somewhere else. And then I'll leave. And like, I feel like my style is really tacky. Like, I love pink and I love feathers and I love sparkles. And most normal people won't walk around wearing pink, sparkly feathers. So I kind of just, I always have to, when I buy something, ask myself, like, is that a normal item? Like, should I be buying that? So a stylist would help my life so much, and I'd probably look like less of a weirdo because I dress really weird sometimes. Oh my gosh.
Just shine bright, Bianca. Just shine bright. It's okay
Like
to be
I'm
sparkly too while you're at it.
honestly, but like I'm the kind of person who, like, if I go to the gym, like I'll wear purple leggings and like a red shirt and pink shoes because I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, I like these colors, and I'm like, I'm just working out. Like, I probably look a little bit cuckoo, but like, I'm just working out. So to me, it's fine. But to other people, they might be like, what is that girl wearing? She has pink shoes, a red shirt, and purple pants on. So, I mean, yeah, my style could definitely use some work. That's for sure.
Okay, have no Wi-Fi or have no music.
I would sacrifice the music
Yeah.
for the Wi-Fi. Yeah.
I
I'm not a
mean,
huge music person.
no, well, what do you listen to?
Well, that's a funny question. Honestly, I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. Like I enjoy most kinds of music, but I do find like I'm more drawn to rap, especially lately, like female rap artists. Like I know Cardi B. I'm sorry, I love Cardi B. I really do. Doja Cat. I like Ariana Grande. Like, and the thing is, like, I know a lot of people hate on this music, but you know what? It's funny. There's a good beat, and you can listen to that kind of music, and it doesn't make you any kind of person. And I find myself always having to justify to people why I like the music I like, and I don't know why, but I mean, I also like Johnny Cash and Patsy Cline and classical music. So I mean,
Mm,
it is very diverse, but like the music I listen to most often because I'm working out like every day is usually music that pumps me up, and I don't really get pumped up by Johnny Cash.
yeah. Yeah.
So you know,
I was gonna ask that too. Like, what do you like work out to? But like just the rap and all that stuff.
yeah, like tunes with like a deep hip hop beat, like like
Hmm.
Yin Yang Twins, how it's like that southern
Yeah.
hip hop,
Yeah.
like grungy, like vibe.
Yeah.
I like that big hip hop beat. Like I did dance for a lot of years, and I did hip hop for like 10 to 12 years maybe. So
Oh, nice.
I think that's why I like this kind of music. So when I listen to music, I do not listen to the words ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Just the
I just
beat.
listen to the beat. Exactly. So that's I guess that's why I like that kind of music so much. Because if you ask me what the words are, I probably couldn't tell you, but I know what it sounds like. So I mean, music's not huge to me. I often find myself driving in silence, or sometimes I even work out in silence, which is kind of weird, but I like silence. I really
See,
do.
that's why when you tell people you listen to Cardi B, they're kind of like, huh? And then here you are, yeah, I like the beat. Meanwhile, you know nothing of the lyrics. Just kidding.
Oh my God.
Okay, would you get even or get over it?
Oh my goodness gracious. Ugh. You see, that's where I am at a point in my life right now. I'm at that transitional point because if you asked me a year ago, I'd say get even. But now
Mm,
I'm like, oh, like I want to like spiritually be at a point where I'm able to let things go because you can't grow if you don't let go.
mhm.
That was so corny. Oh my gosh.
Well, you see, okay, I would say get over it, but only in cases to get even is like, when you just want people to learn I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
it gets to the point where it's just like you can't just let it go because you can't, whatever the situation is, you just can't let that person get away with it. But it has to be something that's just not acceptable. I don't know how
Yeah.
to explain it, but like
No, I
I
get
don't
what you
even,
mean.
yeah, I don't have an example to
Well, it's
show,
like
but
if
like
somebody killed like someone in your family, it's like, oh, I'm not just gonna like, oh, that's okay. Like, I'm just gonna let that go. Like, no, you want justice. Like, you want them to be taken down or like their life, you want them in jail the rest of their life. Like, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like getting even, or you want to kill them yourself. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. I get that. I mean, I guess it depends on the situation, right? Like a good blend, a good
Well,
blend of
yeah,
justice
if
and
it's like, okay, for example, if somebody was, I don't know, if somebody was to hurt my husband in any way, um, and like mean to hurt him, like I'm not going to be like, yeah, I'll just get over it. Like, no, like you don't treat human beings that way.
hmm.
Like that type of thing. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know. That one's hard for me. That one's hard. I think people need to learn a lesson in certain things. So anyway, do I sound bitter?
I like that one. I like that one. That's a good question.
Okay, would you have one wish granted today or three wishes granted in 10 years' time?
Ooh. Hmm. I oh, geez. That is a hard one because if I granted a wish now that could benefit me now, then maybe I wouldn't need three wishes later. But part of me likes the curiosity of life. Like I think I'd probably pick three wishes later because then
Yes.
yeah, I could enjoy 10 years, see how my life goes, and then I'd be 35 with three wishes. So I mean that'd still be pretty good, I guess. Oh my God. If I need a wish for a husband at 35, I can still do it. Oh my
But what if
God.
your one wish today would be for the world to get back to normal?
Honestly, I
Would
don't
you?
think I'd use my wish on that. Sorry, world. Oh my God. Can I wish for more wishes? Because actually, that would solve my problem.
Oh, you know what? See, you're a smart cookie. Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
cool. You know what? I changed my answer then. I'll take the wish today and I'm going to wish for more wishes and then we can cure COVID too.
Yes. Okay, last one of this or that, Netflix or a movie theater?
Oh, hmm. You know what? I'm going to have to go with a movie theater.
Yes.
I don't often watch TV and I don't often watch movies. I'm so weird. No music, no movies, no TV, but I don't really watch TV. So if I were to watch TV, it would be a once in a while thing. So I think I would enjoy the experience of the getting up, going to the movie theater, getting dressed up and leaving. Like the whole experience is what I would prefer to Netflix, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like that one's a hard one for me. Well, Netflix doesn't it's starting to get crappy anyway, and I really do miss movie theaters. I try to think of these questions as like pre-COVID stuff so that
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like obviously, like if we were talking about right now, like obviously I'd pick movie theater, but uh, I don't know. I love staying home. I love being lazy. But movie theaters are my thing. Yeah. I'd pick
I
movie
get what you're
theater
saying too,
too.
because I'm a big homebody. So like the fact
Hmm.
that like you're right, COVID does play a difference. It really does. Because it's like I'd probably like rather be at home in PJs, watch a movie in my room, and then I'm already home. I don't have to come back. But
Hmm.
because I've been so like socially deprived, it's like, oh, I get to leave the house. It's like a chance to go out. So I think that's probably like another reason why maybe movie theaters, I think they were doing so well, like in terms of business for a while, but maybe COVID's gonna like revive the movie theater.
Oh, I don't let's hope so. I don't know. Like, well, as far as movies, like Disney Plus, they'll put out all these movies and where like you have to pay like $30 to watch it. before it actually comes out, I guess in a couple months. Like there's one movie and like people are getting mad over it. But it's like, how are they going to make money? Movie
Right.
theaters aren't a thing, so they're making these movies, but how do you expect them to make money? Like don't I don't know. It was a thing and it kind of bothered me because it's still cheaper. Like, if it's a family of four, like $30, that's still cheaper than going out because then you're paying for the tickets and you're paying for food. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And the popcorn gets you. Like that's expensive. Oh my God. I would just sneak
Yeah.
popcorn in my purse because like I said, I'm
Frugal.
very frugal.
I mean, okay, like let's be real. Who doesn't like sneak snacks in at least, right?
I know. I think everyone does. I'm surprised they don't have security, to be honest.
Yeah. Like, why do you think chicks carry big bags with them? You know?
It's my movie theater duffel bag. Nothing strange about this.
Yeah, not at all. Okay, the
That is
next
so funny.
game we are going to play rapid fire,
Okay.
where I'm going to name a simple move and you name the first wrestler that pops in your head
Oh my
that
gosh, I'm
that makes you think of
ready.
that move.
I hope I'm good at this. Oh no.
Okay, the first one, drop kick.
Um, I'm not fast. I can't do this fast. Drop kick. I'm just picturing a million drop kicks and I'm trying to think whose I like the best. Um, oh my God. This is bad. Drop kick. Whose drop kick do I like? Um, damn. I don't know. It's like a move everyone does.
Yeah.
How do I pick?
Who's got the prettiest drop kick
That's
that
what
you
I'm trying to
think?
think here. Oh my God. I think Eddie Guerrero had a really good one, I think.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the way
There
he
you
like
go.
turned, like the way like his landing was very well executed.
Hmm. There you
I
go.
put
See?
way too much thought into that. I'm like picturing like what does Charlotte's drop kicks look like? What do Bianca's drop kicks look like? What does Randy Orton's drop kick look like? Like I'm going through everyone's drop kicks in my head, but I think
You
yeah.
gotta do rapid fire. The first one that
I'm
pops in your
I'm
head.
I'm not good at rapid fire. Oh my God. Okay, I'll try again.
Okay,
Okay.
here we go. This will be easy. Okay. Super kick.
Oh my God, why is this one
Oh,
supposed to be
Bianca, what are you
easy?
doing?
Oh my God. I rapid fire. Okay, super kick. Someone just did a really good one I saw on Instagram today. Oh my God. Who was it? Ugh, Jade. Super kick. Who does the best super kick?
Okay, how about who's known for super kicks? Come on.
Like, I don't know.
He's got long hair. He's a
Is it?
sexy boy.
Oh my God. Okay, okay.
He's
Shawn
not your boy
Michaels.
toy. There you go.
Okay, okay. Um, yeah, but I mean,
You didn't
everyone
like his
does
super
the
kick?
super kick. No, I love his super kick. Obviously, it's like it's his move, but I mean, like it's a thing. Like today, someone told me they like did a move. Someone had a match, and they did a move, and they used someone else's finisher, and they like called it that person's finisher, and it's just like, you know what I mean? Like when I picture like a move, like I always try to study different people's styles and like combine them to one for me. So like I don't really like I don't know, like I feel like I don't associate moves so much with people as I just like look at how they do it and then I try to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
I'm really bad at rapid fire. Oh my God. Oh no. Let's try
You'll
this
learn
again.
you'll learn though. A lot of people that's how they call it moves.
Oh my
By like other
gosh.
people's, yeah. So just a fair warning.
Oh no.
Okay,
Oh no.
next one. Chokeslam.
Okay, well, that one I hope I could think of somebody, obviously. Undertaker,
There we go.
right? I'm holding my breath here. I'm like, tell me
Wait,
I
now
got.
you're making me overthink. Did he do a chokeslam?
Oh my God.
You're making
No.
me why is
Oh
this
my God.
happening?
Because I'm not good at rapid fire. That's why. Oh my God.
Okay,
Uh,
DDT.
okay, well, Diamond Dallas Page. Did I say that wrong too?
Why does everything you're making me feel like is it? No, it's Diamond Dallas Page. Yes.
Okay, because I'm like, maybe it's Dallas Diamond Page. I'm just
Oh my
doubting
god.
myself so much right now. Oh my God.
Neckbreaker.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with well, like Maurice because her French kiss was like a neck breaker,
Okay.
which is who I think of.
And Power Bomb.
Or bomb. Rapid fire, and then here's me. I'm like dun 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 dun. Power bomb. Let's go, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, there you go. See? You did good.
Oh my gosh. I just overthink. You know what? That's why this is hard for me. I'm an overthinker. So like I had to analyze so many factors in yeah, rapid fire is not my thing. I need
Well, you
context.
started making me overthink about certain things. I'm like, how did that happen?
Wow, that's how much of an overthinker I am, is that I caused you to overthink as well. Oh my God. That is so
Okay,
funny.
our very last game is my Survivor Series game. You're gonna choose 4 other women wrestlers from any era that
Ooh.
you'd like on your squad.
Okay. I'm gonna go Asuka, Lita. I'm gonna go Bianca Belair
Yeah, love her.
and China.
Ooh, nice.
That would be a badass team. I'm down with
Yeah,
that.
I like it. I like it a lot. Well, Bianca, I just want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing your stories. I loved learning, gosh, how like goal driven you are. So
Thank
you know
you.
what? Keep it up. Where can everyone follow you on socials?
So my Instagram is Bianca Sophia. Um, Bianca and Sophia both end with 2 A's, which is kind of confusing every time I try to explain it. My Twitter is Carelli Bianca. So my last name, my first name, and that's same with my TikTok. And I think that's all my social media. Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Yes.
Perfect, Bianca. Thank you so much for coming on. Until then, see you next Tuesday.